Good day. In this video, we're going to look at differential calculus. We're going to work with the differentiation rules. And we're going to try and explain it in layman's terms. I took the 4 examples from the CAPS document where it said use differential rules to do the following, and they gave us these 4 calculations to do. Never get arrogant in maths, but let's try something. I want you to learn a little rhyme. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. Say it with me. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. You'll find out what that means as we go through the video, and at the end of the video, please say this rhyme to yourself a few times. The rule says that if you have to differentiate ax to the power of n, you'll take the n in the air, times it by the thing in front, it makes it na, and you're going to minus 1 in the air. Now that looks complicated, so here's an example. Differentiate 4x cubed. You take the thing in the air, times the thing in front, you minus 1 in the air. So it's 3 times 4 will give you a 12. And you minus 1 from the 3 gives you a 2. So if you differentiate 4x cubed, you'll get 12x squared, and that'll be the first derivative, and it'll be the formula we'll use for the gradient. We're not going to cover that in this video. Here is our first question. It says determine the first derivative if f of x equals, they give us this bracket with a square. One more rule coming. Before you can differentiate, you must first make this what I call nice. So you have to simplify this. You make 2 brackets, you times it out, and you get x squared plus 4x plus 4. I call it, you make it workable before you differentiate. Sometimes I'm going to call it, we're going to make it nice. So you cannot differentiate here. You must first simplify it, whatever method you used from grade 9. Get here, and now we will do, now the rhyme kicks in. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. So we take the thing in the air, we times thing in front, and we minus 1 in the air. I assume you know, if you have an x with nothing in the air, there's a 1. So that 1 times 4 is 4, and then x to the power of 0 is 1. If a number doesn't have an x in this case next to it, that becomes 0. The final answer, 2x plus 4. Please stop the video and see what happened. The second question, they can just write differentiate and give you this sum. Before we can use our simple little rhyme, we must first simplify it, or in my words, make it nice. That square root of x becomes x to the power of a half, and that actually means there are 3 brackets next to each other, back to grade 9. You times out these 2 brackets and get this answer and keep that bracket. After you times this with the distributive law in here, and you simplify it, you'll get this top answer. Then you divide this x to the power of a half into each one of them separately. We didn't practice this enough in grade 9, so you have to do this step. This is all grade 9, 10 and 11 exponents. If you divide and your bases are the same, you minus your exponents. If you divide and your bases are the same, the x's, you minus your exponents. And that you can do on your calculator in the air. Just doing the first one, we got x to the power of 3 minus a half, because you are minusing the exponents from each other. Now you've made this f of x workable, or what I call nice. Now we can apply the law that says thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. Thing in the air times thing in front minus 1 in the air. My final answer will be the first derivative, and then that'll be the final answer. You use your calculator extensively in the process, but understand all the rules of fractions and exponents and so on. In this question, they're asking us to determine d of y over d of t if y is, and then this. What this means is we must differentiate for y in terms of t. So t becomes the subject of the problem. We have to get the y alone. That's why they write d of y. Then we must simplify this to get t in a more handleable situation. Because y is already alone, I'm just going to simplify this section. So you factorize the top and the bottom. Then you cancel the t plus 1 with the t plus 1, and you get t minus 1 over 2. Now it's not workable yet. Then you divide the 2 into the t and into the minus 1, and then you just rewrite this as a half t minus a half. So this now became this. Now we can differentiate in terms of t. I just rewrote this, y equals to a half t minus a half. It's now nice or workable. Now we take the 1 in the air times the half in front gives me a half. You minus 1 in the air, that's t to the naught. And anything that doesn't have a t just becomes naught. So this differentiated becomes a half. In the last question, they're asking us to determine f accent of theta if, and they gave us this, so they're asking us to differentiate with respect to theta. First, we simplify the right-hand side. I rewrote 2 brackets for that square. Now you will times this out like you did in grade 9. You times this guy there and there, this one here and here. When you times this one with this one, the bases are the same, so you write the base and you plus the exponents. Times this guy with that one, you will times it and you will plus your exponents again with theta. You do the same here and there to get these answers. Use your calculator extensively in the air if you're not sure about your fractions. When you do your simplifying, you'll find out that this term and this term is like terms. They'll get you back to this answer. This will get you down here, and this guy will get you down here. If you now simplify these exponents in the air, you'll get theta to the power of 3 minus 6 theta to the power of 1 and plus 9 theta to the power of minus 1. Now you're ready to differentiate. If you times the 3 with a 1 in front, you'll get a 3. Minus 1 in the air will give you a 2 there. You take the 1 times the minus 6 gives you minus 6 theta to the power of 0. Take the minus 1 times the 9 gives you a minus 9 theta to the power of minus 2. Then here is your derivative. Please stop the video and make sure you understand what happened. Please indicate whether you liked or disliked the video and subscribe to the channel. If you run into any school mathematical problem that you cannot solve, you can send a clear WhatsApp photo of your problem to this number. Then we will try and solve it and send back an answer to you for free as soon as possible. Enjoy mathematics.